Hello class, let's have now the TLE6 Quarter 3 Module 3 Week 3. Let's have the lesson 1. We have the types of orchards. Number 1. We have the fruit orchards. Includes any facility focused on growing tree-bearing fruits. In the country, some popular options are grapes, mango, pomelo, oranges, guava, and others. Plantations that grow fruit-bearing bushes generally don't fall under the category like strawberry. The second one is what we call nut orchard. Include a large variety of facilities that produce nut-bearing trees. These include orchards that grow popular nuts like pecans, cashew, walnuts, and almonds, cocoa and coconut as well. Some orchard owners produce pine trees for some edible pine nuts. Next one is what we call seed orchard. Seed orchard focus primarily on growing trees that produce seeds rather than nuts and fruits. Pollination is controlled in a seed orchard. Next one is what we call clonal seed orchard. Seeds that are distributed through a method such as cutting or tissue culture, grafting, air layering resulting in an easier harvest for overall. Next, seedling orchard. Raised from seedling produce propagated from selected parents through natural or controlled pollination. Now, let's have the lesson 2. Trees appropriate for orchard gardening based on location, climate, and market demands. We need to consider the location of an orchard garden because it determines how the plants will survive and thrive. Mountains, rocky surface, nutrition-rich soil. Climate also plays a massive role in growing an orchard garden. Some plants might have specific requirements to survive depending on the climate. If your goal is for commercial purposes, you might need to consider market demands in order for the production and business to be successful. High market demand means you can sell the product immediately, and it suggests that mass production would be an option which will effectively help finance. Plants for various locations. Here are the list of plants for various locations. Next, we have also the plants for different climate. Here is the list. And the next one, we have also plants grown based on market demand. Let's go now to lesson 3. Proper way of planting, propagating trees and fruit-bearing trees. Budding, marketing, and grafting. We have first the definition of plant propagation. It is a method or reproducing, increasing, or multiplying plant species. It is being practiced because of the following reasons. The first one, to increase the number of plant species. Number 2, to produce plant varieties that are resistant to some insect, pest, and diseases. Number 3, to evolve new and better varieties of plants suited to different conditions of soil and climate. Number 4, to accelerate at the same time, lessen the bearing age of plants. Ways of propagating fruit-bearing trees. Number 1, marketing or air layering. Induces the stem to develop roots while it is still growing on the mother plant. We have the second one, grafting. a plant propagation method that involves inserting a scion into a stalk so that they will form a union and grow together. Number 3, we have also budding, the process of transferring the lateral bud taken from the scion to the stalk of the same family. Next one, we have lesson 4, taking care of fruit tree seedlings. Here are some ways to keep plants healthy. We have the first one, water the plants twice a day. Do this in the early morning and in the afternoon. Next, apply fertilizer in the soil. Use organic fertilizer. Next one, cultivate the soil around plants to allow roots to breathe. Number 4, exterminate pests on insects. Next, pull the grasses or weeds surrounding the plants because they compete for the nutrients which are intended for the plants. Next, remove dried leaves and cut carefully the dried or infected branches. And the last one, we have monitor the growth of plants. And let's have lesson 5, sources of fruit-bearing trees. Mainly, there are some sources of trees here on earth. We have our forest, rainforest, and mountains. But some environment prohibits on getting trees from these sources because of possible harmful effects of nature. On fruit-bearing trees, some source are farmlands which can produce massive production of specific fruits depending on their location. Fruit-bearing trees are available and sold in different stages of growth and ready to be transplanted. Among their sources are, we have the first one, commercial nursery, run by private individuals, usually offering landscaping materials and services. Number 2, agricultural institution, a school that offers a course related to agriculture and other plant studies. Number 3, Bureau of Plant Industry. They develop scientific improvement for each plant species in a locality and adjacent places. Next, Department of Agriculture, responsible for any agricultural activities in terms of vegetables and fruits. And let's have lesson 6. Prepares layout design of an orchard garden using the information gathered. Preparing the layout of an orchard is very important. The arrangement of seedlings of fruit-bearing trees must be carefully done to put the plants at the right distance according to the layout for proper development and for accommodating the required number of plants per unit area. We have the first one. Allow equal distance for each tree for uniform growth. Next, allow easy orchard management like cultivation, intercropping, irrigation, spraying of plant protection chemicals, and growth regulators, harvesting, and others. Proper utilization of orchard space avoiding wastage of land. Next, help proper supervision and management of the orchard. Allow further extension of area from time to time, as needed. An orchard's layout is the technique of planting the crops in a proper system. The method of planting to be adopted is selected after considering the following. Let's have the first, slope off. Number 2, what's your purpose? And number 3, the convenience. There are 6 methods of planting recommended for fruit-bearing trees. We have the first one, square method. The second one, rectangular method. The third one, triangular method. The fourth one is quincunx method. The fifth one is hexagonal method. And the last one is what we call contour method. And let's have an activity. Fill in the blank with the correct word. Do this in a piece of paper. And next meeting, we will check if your answers are correct. And for your assessment, select the letter of the correct answer. Please use a separate sheet of pad paper for your answer. And of course, next meeting, we will check your answers. Thank you and see you next meeting. Bye bye.